welcome back to On Air, the movie podcast, where we talk about, guess what, movies. And today's movie was Labyrinth. This week's movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, Labyrinth, Big Maze.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
He's a minotaur.
Oh, yeah,
Not in this movie.
Can I just say, when you pitched this, I, for some reason, mistook it as Maze Runner. So I didn't watch it until last night. And, like, for the whole week, like, I watched Labyrinth, but the whole week in my head, I had the idea of Maze Runner in my head. So I was, like, I knew they were different movies, but I hadn't, like, mentally connected it. So.
Right.
I thought you were going to say, like,
I watched
Maze Runner.
My bad.
Guys, can we do Maze Runner instead?
I've never seen that movie. I don't think we could do that.
I've never seen it either. No, that's a lie. I have.
I've seen it.
Okay.
It was a long
couple
time
times.
Well, you know what else I've seen? I've seen Labyrinth. And
Me too. I saw it last night.
Me too.
Me too.
And today. I watched most of it last night. But
That's fine.
I watched all of it last night.
Me too.
So I'm better.
But yeah, I will
sleep
start with
schedule.
our general
I
thoughts
didn't stay
today,
up late.
as usual. I really like this movie. I think it's really cool.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say.
All right.
Or else I'll start going into details.
And details are illegal.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll do that later. Just your general thoughts.
For my general thoughts, it was good, but like it wasn't like the plot kind of sucked, and the character development was like, it was very like either super sudden for like what's her name, Sarah,
It's a boring name.
For like, I don't know, Huggle. What's his
Hoggle.
name? Hoggle. Yeah, that's the other one that comes to mind. His was just very like basic. I don't know, wasn't anything crazy. But like the stuff that's good about this movie obviously isn't like the plot. It's more like the imagery and art and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely.
You're telling, according to this paper, David Bowie, who I was under the assumption played, his character's name was the Goblin King, but I did not know that his name is Jareth.
They say it in the movie.
They do?
Times.
I was not paying
attention. There's one scene where Hoggle tells Sarah, like, yeah, I gave you the peach. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, though. I'm not. I'm just really scared of Jareth. And he, like, calls him Jareth.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. That's really funny, though.
Yeah,
I am the fearsome Goblin King.
Jareth.
And my real name is Jareth.
Yeah, like, I was also watching this with subtitles on because my parents need subtitles. Or they don't need it, but shout out my parents.
Shout out your parents, yeah.
They don't, like, need it. They just like them better. I don't know why.
My mom always wants to put subtitles on whatever we're watching.
It's like,
I don't like
personally,
subtitles.
for me, I just can't do that because, like, then I'm only looking at the subtitles.
That's why my brother doesn't like them.
Yeah.
I'm either way on them. I'm indifferent. They can be useful. But my thoughts on this movie.
General thoughts.
Yep. This movie is wonky as heck. I think it like starts off pretty rushed. I
noticed that the pacing was so bad at the start.
I respect it for getting right into what everyone's here for, but it did go pretty fast.
Yeah, no.
Like they're in the labyrinth minute 5. Also, Hoggle's accent, like the way he talks, is really funny to me. I don't know what kind of British accent it is, but it's fun to funny to me.
That's dope.
That's it. That's all I got to say for that. Can you tell I'm tired after a week of
School?
Yeah, and next week's going to be worse because we have MCAS.
Why is the podcast date marked as September 20th, 2024?
And it's gonna air in July 18th, 2024.
Yeah, that's the day before I went to see 21 Pilots.
That's fun. But
I think it's 2 days before I went in the in that
It's just-
bog in Middleton.
Okay.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun I had then on those 2
I'm
days.
sure you did.
That weekend.
Well, you know what I had fun doing? Watching this movie, which is what we're supposed to be talking about.
I had a moderate amount of fun. You know, just,
Watching this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Like it's good.
I would like to take a moment to, before we talk about like characters specifically, can we talk about like the puppets? Because those are really cool.
Yeah. It's Jim Henson, so
Well, of course.
he made the Muppets.
I
so.
don't think either of you will care, but I believe my dad said that the guy who did Hoggle, Brian Henson, was he made a TV show that I really liked. I think it was Farscape. So
Cool.
yeah,
He made like a weird horror puppet movie that I think was really bad.
The Happy Time Murders.
Yeah, Heavy Time Murders.
Yeah, it's on here.
I know. But that's what reminded me of it.
all right. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But all the puppets were really cool designs, so awesome. My favorite was the little worm guy towards the beginning where he's
I
like,
love him, yeah.
dude, favorite guy.
I like Ludo. He's me for
I
real.
love Ludo. He's so silly.
Smell bad.
Oh, yeah. Him.
But yeah, I don't know. I thought also all the guys that they like meet are like so strange.
Funny little guys.
I think the only like guys that I didn't like were the guys who like took their heads off and stuff.
Those kids were annoying. Also, I didn't
Yeah.
like that scene. One, because it was weird.
There
well,
wasn't
the whole
a point
movie's weird.
to it,
but-
except for the fact that Hoggle saves her.
Yeah.
But they could have done anything
and
for Hoggle to
Hoggle-
save her. Like they could have made
Yeah.
something else that
Hoggle
wasn't
barely
those guys.
saves her.
He just here's a rope.
Yeah, and
Welcome.
also, I know it's 1986 or whatever,
Yeah.
but that scene with the heads off guys, terrible green screen.
Oh, I noticed
Or
that,
blue,
yeah.
It's probably blue screen back then, but terrible
Yeah, no.
effects.
Okay, before we move on from this scene, I have to mention this. My dad, he was 14 when this movie came out, which is crazy to think of. Do you just say that about my dad? I'm going to tell him you said that, and he's going to hate you
Wait.
forever.
14,
My dad's probably
72,
older.
1972.
Well, I don't know, man.
I'm doing
my
quick
dad's
math.
older, so-
My dad's older too.
I don't
Old
care.
dad.
Old dad. Hey.
Anyways, but so
This
he
is
said
the
that when
Old
he
Dad
first
podcast
he-
where we talk about how old our dads are.
so
The
he
same thing every episode.
he said he's anyways my
Dad
dad
old.
told me that when he first saw this movie, the scene where they the fireys or whatever they're called, when he plucks his eyes out or whatever and then rolls them like dice, my dad said that freaked him out as a kid.
And which was so long ago. Our dads are so old.
Right. I'm gonna tell both of your parents that you said this about them.
Okay.
My dad watches this podcast. He'll know.
Oh, shout out Una Dad.
yeah.
Not my dad. I mean, he watches this podcast, but he doesn't get a shout out.
Oh, damn. You know what? I'll shout out Theo's dad.
Shout out
Shout
Theo.
out
Say
Theo's
his,
dad.
say his full name.
I don't know his full name.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm gonna full name dox you right now.
No.
But anyways, changed my mind. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh,
Michael
okay.
prank.
Michael prank. Nah, that's a classic Michael prank.
And
The Michael Prank
also,
podcast.
Another thing
For
my
all we
mom
do is
said
Michael
about another thing that my mom said that when this movie came out, the dress for the scene, the dress Sarah was wearing in the bubble, like in her dream or whatever. My mom said that everybody her age wanted that dress.
It's a
I was
pretty
like,
fire dress.
Yeah, you would rock that dress.
I would. Mm-hmm.
It would be amazing.
It'd be even better than the one I wore on the Glass Onion podcast. Go
Yeah.
watch that episode, by the way. And yeah.
Yeah. Woo! Okay, that was a lot.
So the best part about this movie, I'd say, is the score. You know, the music.
I mean, it's
It's
David
David
Bowie. Jinx.
Well, no, that's not that. I mean, just the regular score.
That is true.
Like
I liked-
like the synth.
Oh
like
my
Right.
god, the fight scene at the end was like it was so much was happening and also nothing was happening. I said this to you, and I also said that to my dad while we were watching, and he told me to say that on the podcast. So shout out my dad part 2.
How old is he?
How old is he?
Yeah,
I actually don't know, but I know the year he. Never mind.
You know the year he was born. How old is he?
I was
4.
like, the only thing that is making this like that is making this like watchable right now is just the music going on in the background.
No, when I was watching
nothing happens.
When I was watching that last scene where everybody's like partying in a room, I was like, please, just have the dad walk in. Just have the dad walk in, please. It'd be so funny. It'd make this scene perfect. And he's like, what's going on in here? And everybody's like, uh-oh, guys, scatter.
You should have written this movie.
I should have written that one scene.
Yeah, in 1986.
You have to go. You have to time travel to the past to rewrite this movie.
I need to go back to when I was not even a concept yet. I was not a thought in
Was your
anybody's
dad also
mind.
14?
He was 16.
Okay.
Wow.
Do the math on that one.
Suckers.
I'm making you do math.
I hate math.
Yeah, that's why I didn't find out how old my dad
I'm
was.
For real.
I'm making you do math to prepare for the Math MCAS next week. Oh,
I thought that was English. Oh, you're right.
It's math.
We had this conversation.
No, I know. I forgot.
Yes, the other day.
Okay, right. Well,
So anyway,
enough about
characters
math.
we liked. We
David
said that already,
Bowie.
didn't we?
I was talking about puppet specific. David Bowie's also.
Yeah, he's.
I liked the baby.
Oh god, no, I hated him. I actually hated him so much. I don't know why, but something about him just infuriated me. Every single time he did anything, it just like. And also, my dad said while we were watching this, the actual actor for that baby probably was like actually horrified when they were filming this, because those were like real puppets.
Yeah.
So he's
You
just
can't-
sitting
you
in
can't
that
even
room,
CGI
sobbing
that.
his eyes out while like 80 puppet goblins dance around him.
Oh yeah, there was also a scene where when he like throws the baby in the air, that's like a fake baby.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
funny because like if you I probably wouldn't have noticed if my mom hadn't said anything because I wasn't paying attention to that.
Shout out your mom.
Shout out my mom. But when she was like, "Look, real baby, fake baby."
Yeah, no, I could very easily tell when it was.
Yeah, I obviously it was like easy to tell. I just wasn't paying attention.
I was
And, like,
probably playing Block Blast, so I wasn't looking.
that's kind of real of you, actually.
This was a second screen kind of movie. I finished watching this movie in my yoga class because my yoga teacher was out,
was
so we
yoga
got
today?
a free day. Well, we didn't do yoga, so it was great.
Sure. Oh, sorry.
When David Bowie's character Jareth first showed up in this movie, I was like, he's so fruity. Oh my god.
Dude, I was like,
He was just showed up like.
I made
Yeah.
a joke. I made a joke where, so the baby, right? He was wearing that little onesie, right? And I was like, man, this dude, the kid gonna turn into a goblin, and he gonna be the best dressed goblin at the party, because everyone else was wearing like, I don't know. I think they were wearing brown, but you know, they were wearing goblin clothes, and I was like, this kid's gonna go crazy, trust. But then the scene immediately switched to Jareth, and I was like, never mind, he's the best dressed goblin at the party. Is he a goblin? Like, I know he's the Goblin King, but like this
think
doesn't
so.
imply
Doesn't look like
that
one.
he's a
I
goblin.
think he's just a dude.
He's just a
Maybe
guy.
I'm just like a
Who
guy who
dresses
kind of just
kind of
like
weird.
Goblin.
Yeah.
When I see David Bowie at that party, Goblin. Damn.
Anyways,
I'm gonna sink into my.
I like
chair.
that idea that Theo just had. Right there. Yeah, keep going,
there's
keep
a
going.
fun fact about the thing I was saying.
That's better.
Which is in the early stages, the Goblin King was just supposed to be another non-human creature. So Theo, just sit up, please.
I can't believe I just said Goblin Damn on a podcast that goes out to the internet for the entire world to see. Oh my god. Oh
Bro
my
just
Goblin.
bro just came
You're
back to
making
his
it worse.
senses. That's crazily.
Crazily.
That's crazily. I love that for me.
Okay. Anyway.
Whatever. Can I just say, I also made another joke. This is one I have to share because this one's really funny, guys. But so there was glitter all over the set, right? Like they just dumped the entire set in glitter. And I was like, if you were like filming there, like could you imagine all the glitter that would be like on you by the end of the day? Like you go home and you take a shower and the entire tub is just like filled with like glitter. I would be so annoyed. I would like I think I would be like fed up.
It's gonna be impossible to clean up.
I know, like
it's glitter.
Low key, probably all those people are still covered in glitter to this day.
All these years later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All these years later.
Yeah.
All
Still
the real
covered in glitter.
people, like Hoggle.
I meant the crew, but
all
all
these
right.
years later.
Yep.
All these years
Jim
later.
Henson's actually
All
still
these years
covered
later.
in glitter.
I bet those
These
people's
people-
dads are really old.
Probably so old, dude. Probably even older than my dad.
I think so, yeah.
Well, yeah, he was 16 when this movie came out.
But what if the people working on this movie were 15?
Their dads would still be older.
Actually, I think Jennifer Colony was 15.
Oh yeah, no, I
Did
think
you
I
just
Googled
say
that.
Jennifer Colony?
Connolly.
Colony?
Colony.
Jennifer Colony.
Jennifer Colony.
We're gonna qualifies.
Shut up, yeah.
We're gonna qualifies Jennifer. Jennifer Colony, that's what we're gonna call it. That's what we're gonna call it. That's what we're gonna Jennifer calling it.
Can we talk about the movie?
This
Sure.
podcast is feeling a lot like the movie because it doesn't make sense. Great parallel.
And I hate it.
Honestly,
That's
I
Yeah.
felt
right.
like all the like I kind of agree with like how like the plot goes. Like it didn't make sense and stuff, but like I kind of liked that about it. I don't know. I felt like no, obviously not like writing wise. I felt like that like it did feel like and then this happened like that, but which isn't wonderful storytelling, but I think for the purpose of this movie, it went pretty well. But I think like I don't know how to articulate this, but like oh my goodness, it's like
We don't know what this guy's talking about.
shut up, Theo. I hate you. I hate you. I'm gonna throw you in the eternal bog of stench. Yeah, I'm
Too
gonna smell
late.
bad forever.
It's not too late.
That's true.
Okay.
You kind of. Why are you mad? You just said
Oh,
you
it's
did.
fine.
You made that joke about yourself first.
Yeah, only I'm allowed to make jokes about how bad I smell. There should have been a minotaur in this movie. There should have been
yeah.
a freaking minotaur in this
Freaking
freaking
minotaur.
movie. Minotaur would be so cool, big scary monster with
Freaking
a freaking axe. Oh, it would have been so
Freaking
cool.
axe.
And he chops her in half down the middle, hot dog style.
Hot dog style is crazy. Why would you say that?
That's what it's called. That's what it's called, hot dog
Wait,
style.
Michael.
I wonder what they're talking about. I won't.
Sorry.
What did you say?
JoJo reference.
Sorry,
I'm gonna
I-
chop you guys in half, hot dog style.
Sorry about that, but I don't know. I felt like this movie is kind of like when I think of like 80s movies, this is just kind of what
Yeah.
like pops into my
This
like
is 80s.
this is the 80s.
This is what happened all the
is-
time.
This
Yeah.
is just
When
what
my dad
happened.
was 16, he did this stuff all the time. Way so long ago. He's so old. I can't wait
So
for
old.
like next Tuesday night or next Wednesday. He's just gonna like slam into my room, being like, "You think I'm old? You call me old on a podcast?"
I'm pretty sure I called my dad old while I was watching this movie, so that's not really that uncommon for me. My dad's used to it because he's so old.
Everyone
I have to
who
let him
passes
know.
him on the street says, "Jesus Christ, you are old! Oh my God!"
I just wanted to say like this. I feel like
He
the
passed
I
your
don't
dad
really
on the
get
street, like,
the like
Joe
life
Biden that just
lesson.
passed?
I don't get the life lesson that like Sarah learned. Like clearly, like
be nice to brother.
Be nice to your brother.
That's what
friends.
annoyed me because like I told you about this morning. Her development was so instant. It was like the first 5 minutes she was like actually so insufferable and annoying, and then when her brother disappears, she like completely like she develops completely. Like and like I'm not saying like obviously when her brother gets taken she would react like differently and be nicer, but like she had no development beyond how she developed after her brother got taken. Like it was so instant and it did not change throughout the movie.
I will say one thing that I did notice that took a little longer to change was the like she was like, oh, it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair, and then like there was one point where
You keep saying that.
yeah, there was when they met the wise man, Hoggle,
Who's voiced by Yoda.
yeah, the Hoggle had said something. He said that's not fair, and then Sarah said life's not fair, and then she made this face like she just realized that, like, oh, and I was like, bruh, are you for real right now? You did,
Especially because she's like 15. Like,
yeah,
these are very basic
Around the
lessons.
same age as my dad.
Who's very old.
Yeah.
around the same age as my dad when this movie came out.
Except my dad.
I don't actually know
my
how
dad
old my
is
dad
older
was
than
when
your
this movie
dad.
came out because I didn't want to do the math.
But anyways, I didn't have to do math. My dad told me.
Yeah, you can
I'm not doing the math.
You can
Okay.
just open the calculator.
Um,
Take 2 seconds. 2025 minus year he was born
And-
equals age he is.
any,
HEB.
anyways, I was gonna say.
He's just
Anyway,
This is the
and-
old dad podcast where we talk about how old our dads are.
It's just like just pure light behind me. Should we close? Okay.
Anyways, but I just wanted, excuse me.
Your dad. Because he's so old.
My dad withering away because he's
Is your
so
dad
old.
like a vampire? Why is he burning
Yeah.
in the light?
Vampires are really old, Michael. Get with the program.
Whatever. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was like, my parents were talking about this while we were watching. Shout out my parents. While we were watching the movie, they were talking about how old Jennifer Colony was.
No.
And I think they said she was 15, and that she was supposed to be. I think she was supposed to be 15 in the movie, and then, but they were like, she's acting more like a 14-year-old, and I was like, yeah.
1 year. She's acting 1 year younger
No,
than
just like-
her age.
like a. No, they were.
Shout out Michael's parents, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for that, Theo. But like, they meant it in like a. She just didn't. And I agree. I feel like she acted like way younger than like. That felt more like a preteen than like an actual teenager, in my opinion. But it's also because her mom is dead and her. What? Why are you laughing? Theo. Did you not know that? Like,
I knew it. It was just.
I thought it was.
I don't
Wait,
know
who was
it.
the lady at the start?
That was her stepmom.
that's her stepmom.
Oh.
Toby is her half
It is
brother.
probably because her mom is dead.
Well, yeah,
this is
she's
why
still
they should've-
grieving.
Really
They should have.
Expanded
into
the exposition longer.
Yeah, they shouldn't have just jumped right into it because now I don't know who that lady is. I thought that was her mom. I don't know her mom was dead.
Her mom must have been really old.
But yeah, no, like most of the reason why she's acting so strangely and she's like so heavily invested in like her, like, I don't know, her dreams or whatever is because she's still grieving from the loss of her mom, and her stepmom isn't helping because she's like, she needs to move on already. Like, buddy, grieving takes a long
It's
time.
it's like in
in
Presents. Connection to last episode.
Oh my God.
when the mom was just like, she just needs time to get over the fact that her friend died.
Yeah,
she just needs time. She doesn't need.
Except this
help.
mom is the opposite and thinks that she should be done grieving already.
Exactly.
Which is not good
Evil
at all.
moms.
Evil mom. But yeah, I feel like she just, I don't know. I feel like her parents like weren't supporting her enough. And like obviously I know they have a baby and babies take a lot of like time and like effort into like taking care of. But
Sounds lame.
I know, but like they just, I don't know. It was like, I don't know. I just felt like they weren't like, I don't know. It was very strange to me. I was just like you're not.
Articulation isn't any of our strong suits,
No.
I guess.
Which is why we have a podcast.
That's exactly why we have a podcast.
I usually write down my thoughts down so I can like get them out better for the podcast, but I forgot to do that. So
I haven't done that in
I
like
was so
40
encapsulated by
episodes.
this movie.
No, I just wanted to spend time with my family doing something, so I
Isn't that
watched it with
nice?
them. I was also eating.
You wanted to spend time with your family before they died because they're so old.
You know what,
Only his
Theo?
dad.
You keep making that joke about my family, and you're gonna be old in a second.
But we're
Oh, you're
family.
the old dad. Oh, words. Wait a minute. So
We're old.
who's the dad in our?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. You're certainly not my children, that's for sure.
No, I know, but in
No
fam
child of
history-
mine.
No child of mine.
This is the podcast in the world.
Anyways, can we talk about
Has anyone been keeping time of
No.
the
Yeah,
track?
I think we have.
Keeping
I
track
mean-
of the time.
We're so tired.
it's a couple
I
of minutes,
think-
right?
Yeah, probably. We started close to. It's almost 3. It's almost like 3:35.
5 minutes?
Okay.
Oh, 5 minutes?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine. I was gonna
Yeah.
say something.
That is how podcasts work usually, yeah.
I was about to say
no,
something crazy.
I forget.
Oh, thank
This
you.
thing. Oh, I was gonna ask about let's talk about music specific. I know you mentioned the score, but let's talk about the soundtrack.
David Bowie.
David Bowie.
He sings 2 songs.
Really? I thought there was more than that.
There's
It's not many.
3 max.
Really?
Well House. Our friend reference.
That's crazy. But I don't know. I really liked all the songs. Is it crazy
I
that
thought
I've
they were
actually
fine.
never heard like another David Bowie song?
I'm sure you have.
You definitely have.
I'm sure you have.
You absolutely
Have you heard
have.
Under Pressure?
No.
Under Pressure.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bum,
he
bum, bum, bum,
did that
bum,
with
bum.
Queen.
that was David Bowie.
It was
And
like,
which one's the one from Guardians of the Galaxy? He did one in that one, right?
What?
Am
Did
I
he?
wrong? I might be wrong. I could be
I don't
totally
know.
wrong.
I don't
I thought he
remember.
did. I might be wrong. But continue talking. I'm gonna
I
fact
think
check
he
that.
did. Yeah, I think it might have just been like the song Ziggy Stardust. I think. I don't know.
Ziggy.
I could be completely
Stardust.
wrong. I don't know the
Let me just.
soundtrack, but
Oh, he
I do
also
know
did-
David Bowie,
He also
and I
did
like David Bowie.
Starman,
Oh,
Space
yeah, yeah.
Oddity, Heroes.
But yeah.
Moon Age Daydream.
Right, that was in that movie. I forgot about that.
in a Moon Age Daydream.
Oh,
yeah. That one.
Yeah, David Bowie's cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he's also dead. He was so old.
Theo.
He actually wasn't. He wasn't even 70 yet.
I thought
Is
you were
he
gonna
a
say
dad?
17.
He wasn't even 17 when he died. He was older than my dad though. when this movie.
I thought you were
Okay.
gonna say when he died.
Oh, he was. Yeah.
What?
He
And
was
he-
older than my dad when he died.
Your dad died?
No.
No, I mean when. Never mind.
David Bower. David Bower. David Bowie was older than my dad when David Bowie died.
Why did you have when your dad died?
No, it's not dead yet.
I watched this movie with my dad's ghost.
Oh my god,
Presence reverence.
Yeah,
I dug him up.
I can't wait for your dad to watch this episode, Theo.
Ooh, hey, Dad.
Shout out Theo's dad.
How you doing? How's the nursing home?
I think you mean the coffin? Like,
yeah, I thought he was dead.
Hey, Dad. How's hell? Kidding. Love you, Dad.
yeah.
Even if you are old.
Please tell me please tell me we've run out of time. Please tell me that's
Just about.
it. Then let's do our final ratings. I'll go first like normal. 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it, and I think for the time that it came out in, it was like really good, obviously. And then like just
All movies sucked back then.
and then compared to like nowadays standards, like obviously things are a little bit like expectations are a little higher. But I
Is
think
it as good as Thunderbolts or the Minecraft movie? I say not.
Shut up, bro. Literally shut up. Okay, Una, why
I'd
don't
have to give it an old out of dad.
Jesus Christ.
can you give a
Yeah, I'd say like 3.5.
Okay, that's fair. Theo?
3
All right, went
out
down.
of
5.
Like we always do.
Yeah,
You should know this.
I do.
Why'd you rate the thing before knowing how many it was out of?
I didn't. See you next time. We also haven't.
We don't know the movie.
We don't have a movie.
We don't know.
There's
Tune
no.
in next week
We
to
ran out of
find out.
movies, guys.
We're
There are no more.
Suspense. What's the word?
The suspense is killing you.
Yes, it's killing you.
Tune in.
Just like it.
next
Just
week.
like it killed my
Your
dad.
Tune in next week
they're
to
so
find out what movie we're doing next on Air, the movie podcast.
And our dads will be a week older.